Okay, everyone. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Today, I am recording this live from a trade show. So, if you aren't familiar, trade shows happen a lot of times in big convention centers. And to me, it just really puts me right in the mindset of just like OG traditional marketing and sales. And I am actually traveling for work to help a client with this. So, what exactly is a trade show? A trade show is really a place where a lot of different business owners can set up stalls, set up booths so that they can sell their products or services. So, for example, it could be a cosmetics makeup trade show, and there could be people that are selling lip glosses and eyeliners or maybe blush tools, whatever it is. And it could be different stores looking to, stock different makeup at their particular store. It could be makeup artists looking to update their pouch, or it could be, say, for example, fitness and wellness trade shows. So there might be people that are selling treadmills. There might be people saying like, oh, I have a new type of resistance band that's super cool. And so people that own gyms, people that are personal trainers, they might be there looking for the latest and greatest. So I'm at a trade show similar to those on behalf of one of my clients, and I'm helping them to get out in front of more different people. So I'm live at this event. So if you hear any background noise, that's what you're hearing. So the reason why I wanted to do this episode kind of live from a trade show is because doing events like this live in person at interacting with people just really helps me to remind myself and then remind my clients of the importance of direct information feedback from your clients, how messaging works, how presentation really affects and matters in situations, and how easily things can be switched and fixed. So with trade shows in general, but like with anything with marketing and sales, the more interaction, the more feedback that you have, the better you can position and market your offer. It could be that you think like, oh, this product's terrible, or my offer's terrible, this is terrible, and no one is ever going to want to buy it. And that's not true. That's not the case. It just might be how it's presented to people. It could also be the fact that like, oh, people can't visualize or really understand how it would be useful or helpful for them. And so just being in a space and in a situation where you can really be reminded of like, oh, like this is all that it takes to be able to do that, to be able to help people to understand how coaching with me is going to be helpful, how working with me as a travel agent can be helpful, how working with me as, a career coach, as a weight loss coach, as a health coach, how you change in the perception of yourself and how you position it to people, how the second that you're communicating in a way that they understand, the second that happens, they're just like, oh, this is fantastic. This is amazing. This is something I've always wanted in my life. No matter who the person is, the demographic, as long as it's framed in a way where they can understand, you're in a great position to get sales. And so that's why I love doing these types of trade shows. I love being in the mix of all of that and just helping and supporting other people, especially that are just like very gifted at sales, helping them create and develop the tools that they need so that they can better position that. It's one of the most fun things that I can do. I did this for years in my 9-to-5 job, put together trade shows in local spaces across the United States. I've done this in multiple different countries as well, in the Middle East. And so I'm just kind of like going back to like my original bag with this. And so one of the things that I really want to share with you all today, and it's a couple lessons, is that it's really important to get interaction and feedback from people. Now you might be thinking, but Danielle, you're doing this like live and in person. I mostly market to people online. I don't know exactly how to do this. I am always preaching that you need to look at the information that you're given, whether it is lack of interaction with people, whether it's DMs with people, whether it is an onboarding form, whether it's a conversation that you have on a sales call. All of that is information that you can use in order to get more knowledge on how to position yourself. The second thing that is super important is asking the right questions. So a lot of times you're wanting to just like jump right into, oh, okay, well, this is about my offer. This is what I can do. This is that. And that's great to be able to promote yourself. But again, back to what I said before, it's all about framing. And so what I need more people to do is to ask the question of like, oh, so what interests you in this? Like, ask more questions about themselves, because the more that you're able to ask that in sales calls, or whether it's in your Instagram feed, your LinkedIn feed, asking more questions about who the people are that are interacting and engaging with you, the more you know about them, the better you can tailor your message and your marketing to the people that are out there, right? The last thing that I really want you to be able to learn and take away is that, especially with this, trade shows and all trade shows that I've ever done, you need to be open to switching up the strategy and changing things on the fly and not making it mean anything at all. You can have the best laid plans. You can be like, oh, I've planned every detail of a launch. I planned every detail of the content that I want to do. I planned every detail of whatever it is. And you might end up learning something that you're just like, oh, actually, this is not resonating with people. Or actually, this is going to be something that is really going to work out for me because, this is what I'm seeing, what's working out for other people. And you might need to switch up the game plan. And you have to be so open and so flexible to changing things just on the spot and being able to flow with that. That's going to get you major results. And not saying like, oh, but this was the plan. Let go of the plan. If the plan isn't optimal anymore, if it's not working, be able to be open to pivot and switch, and just know that like, oh, that pivot and switch, my willingness to do that shows that I have a lot of ability for growth and ability to see something that's bigger and better, and not think of like, oh, I failed because I had to switch this. No, you learned something and you took action accordingly. So this is like my short and sweet little like on the road, on site podcast episode. I've never done one of these before. So hopefully you enjoy this. Let me know. You can always, follow me on Instagram, follow me on LinkedIn. I will link all of that information on the show notes. But I just wanted to share some of these lessons, like actually on site when I'm working with a client in person for something like this. Because like I do a lot of marketing consulting work, with like online coaches, but like I do a lot of in-person things also. Like that was my experience for years and years. And so I just wanted to share some of my lessons on the road for that, and, just share like a different perspective of some other work that I do. So until next time, everyone, I'll talk to you soon. If you want more marketing that works right in your inbox, head to the show notes and sign up for the email list. You'll be the first to know how you can work with me on mastering your marketing.